I think Strange Antiquities kind of fits it. We're going a wee bit occult. So we'll jump in and get started. So we will continue. We were on day 12. I don't know how long we've got. I mean, I think it's 20 days. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Right, we've got David Schaefer right off. I've been hearing a worrying rumour about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Oh shit. Okay, a letter. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It's never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Right, so Hall of Shields, we do have the catacombs. Is there a place here that is the Hall of Shields? The Hall of Shields. You would expect them to be shields somewhere. But at the moment, all we can... Ah, that's the Hall of fucking Shields right there. Jesus. There we go. Duh. That'll be the one on the thing. 18-ish. So mad at yourself yesterday when you emerged from Hades 2 at 11 PM. Hades 2 has, you know, you get like tunnel vision on Hades 2. As I descend further into catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I've entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and few have returned from. Not even Palians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapours produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses. It would be dangerous to continuing exploring. Okay, so first of all, we've got a book to go and look at. Strange artifacts. Now, we'll go into the index. We'll maybe look up what a wandering shroud is. There must be a faster way to flick these pages. Wandering shroud. We have a shield charm, which kind of makes sense. Made from... yeah, okay. And then the other one... fuck's sake, does it put me back to that? I have been to Strange Horticulture, yeah. We got the plant, which is neat. Wandering Shroud. There is also the Spirit Vault, also known as the Photo Chamber, receptacle used to store a Wandering Shroud. I don't think that's what we're after. I think we're after the shield, right? The shield charm, which we already have done. I just cannot remember. What does it look like? Some small effect. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, ancient, primitive, variety of metals, rarely. Oh god, okay. So, yeah, we'll just quickly scan here. Spirit Eye. Nope, 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 nope. Shield charm, where are we? Hunter's Boon, shield charm. I think we'll go with this. I think that's not safe. What the fuck? What did I can clearly hear? Slate miners inhale the vapours produced by the wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses. Oh, so it is the other... oh, fuck, it is the other thing. Right. So we need the thing that the wandering shroud's stored in. Dope. We do need the spirit vault, fuck's sake. So... okay, receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. Interior is lined with a paste made from sulphur. They are not considered dangerous. A faint vibration of the receptacle can be felt when it's held within. Okay. Reading cup, yeah. It's entirely the pressure. Okay, green porcelain, sense of touch, it's all cool and smooth. Nothing to remark about that. I don't think it's that thing. Unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. It is smooth. It does not smell. I don't think it's that. Receptacle. My receptacles. We don't have many receptacles though, do we? Let's see that again. The interior is lined with a paste made from sulphur, also known as a foetid chamber. Foetid? Foetid? I don't know. When we say receptacle, we're not talking about a jug, right? Yeah, bottles. I don't think it's these things though. Gold paint. Yeah, sense of touch. Hard, somewhat rough. Nothing to remark. I wouldn't count that either. Unpleasant sensation at the back of the skull. That doesn't seem correct. This thing, it smells like rotten egg. There's the sulphur. There we go. I've written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Okay. Nancy Irwin. I've done something quite stupid. I was exploring in Heathwood, came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I have not felt well since. Please help me. Oh man, we're getting like fucking pummeled with the question marks. I say that quite a lot. It's to throw you all off, to be honest. The thorns were thick and menacing. Brambles. Okay, so there must be, in the index, there'll be like thorn. Maybe. Give me a T. Nah, nothing there. Fuck. Heathwood, came across a grave. Thorns were thick, scratched. I'm trying to think what I would look up here. No, it's absolutely fine. I think the thing with a lot of puzzle games as well is how I do puzzle games when people are watching versus how I do puzzle games when I'm like just doing it myself is very, very different. You make really dumb mistakes when anyone's watching you. Right, okay, so what are we kind of going for? Do we just flick through and hope that for the best? Memento mori, cannot reside in both the mind. Okay, it's not that. Fog, nope. Nothing there, nothing there. Nah, this will take forever. The thorns were thick and menacing, overgrown, Heathwood. Can I just, like, go to Heathwood and figure out what it was? 6. Can I just go here? Step deeper into Heathwood, the trees begin to change, first sparse and twisted, then thick and shadowed. I'm drawn to explore further, but something holds me back. Okay. I've got something that would be quicker. Index-wise... there's nothing jumping out at me from the description, which is like, right, because I need to keep on. Thorns were thick and menacing, scratched my arm on one of them. So danger, dark, death, demon, disease? Disease? Oh, come on. Can be used to prevent the spread of disease. No. Don't think it's that. I mean, I would say it's a plant of some kind, or thorns. Thorns aren't there. Dark brambles, and then a thorn scratch there. You could argue it is the earth, the spirit of the earth, who's sick of our nonsense. Less specific than that. Okay. That better not be the fucking Knight of Thorns, I'll tell you that much. See if it... Oh, I'm gonna check. No, it's not. That's ridiculous. Melancholy, light, love, mind, mentic, moon, nameless gods, nightmare, pain, ring, rock, sacrament. Nah. Right. There are so many antiquities that I'm not sure. Plus, it could be any of the ones that I've already done. Mentic and Wixic, nah. Poisoned, Bone Guard, bears the mark of the antidote. But this is to prevent liquid, so it's not that. I don't think it's that. Purifier? Has she been cursed? I don't think she's been cursed. It sounds more like a poison. It's not the basilisk. It's not the flying thing. It's not a divergent hook. I don't think it's the... What is Braxis? Braxis is only mentioned in that Burning Blood. Again, we don't know what Burning Blood is. Is that her blood burning? Her veins are blackened. Like, it could be that. That's in my maybe pile. Evocant, no. I have Serenunos. Am I reading out the wrong fucking book? Okay, gemstones, no. Ah, it's the fucking curses. Son of a bitch. Skin's pale, cold to the touch, veins stand out dark. Okay, black heart. Right, there you go. Black heart. Lamb's siphon. Okay. Used to reverse the effects. Skilled hand. I totally forgot about that book. I forgot we had that. Drawing the curse from the body. The instrument is made using the dry seed pod of a sheep snap plant. Yeah? Okay. You're a dried seed pod. And that's a single seed pod, right? Dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. It could be that. Green organic material, it's hard. Sounds hollow when tapped. There's your boy. Sorry, Benny Green. It was brief. Welcome in, how you doing? Truth conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not want the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Order up. Thaddeus White. I think that's us unlocked all the visits now. All the visitors. You don't know me, but it's time I introduce myself. I'm the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. That's gonna be a setup, right? We're gonna have strange artifacts. That's next. Let's fucking go. Strange artifacts. Eli and I have a complicated relationship, don't all siblings. I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Sure, I'll take that. I would be down. There you go. Devs, get on it. Strange artifacts. Simone, Jupiter. Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. Notice that that's still a thing. I have lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. Truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I've found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible. I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Okay. Oh, nice. What would you like to see next, Stars? Where do you think it could go? 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay. I can't breathe there yet, as in I need to do it further down the line. I've also got this, which I totally forgot about. And this as well. I should maybe start, like, spacing out my objects a bit more. Library selling cursed books and magic spells? Yeah, that could work. You want more in the world, maybe someone who does magic, yeah. What if there was one that specifically dealt with food? Strange bakery. And you get, like, specific breads of specific doughs that cure diseases. Okay, so we need a resonant object. So we need to figure that out. When we say resonant object, that just means an object that works on our table, right? Strange animals, that would be cool. Mystical animal shelter. You would just have like a perfectly normal cat. I say normal cat. You would have like a Jupiter equivalent, and then you would just have all the other animals kicking around. But no, you wouldn't want to give them away. That'd just make you sad. Right, I'll order some more stuff here. Yeah, sorry, when we say resonant, we are just talking quite openly about, like, all of the stuff here. Like, these are all resonant stuff if they've got the thomic disciplines, yeah? Like, so long as they've got one of these. Like, for example, any of the books say anything about resonance? Probably. I'm just being lazy and asking you guys. Right, resonance. Oh. Resonant. A resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects. The only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. So I need the compass to find resonant stuff. Hey Kay, how you doing? Welcome in. Do I have the compass? I don't think I do, right? I do. Okay, so Ambra is resonant. And it's quite light, so I'm going to chuck that there. Right, where else are we going? Okay, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's this boy. And this boy's heavy. Pretty much equal with 2. So I'm going to drop you there. Not that. Should probably just take this, right? And then Elva Stone, how's this looking? So that goes there. Nice, nice. Oh. Oh god. No, don't. Okay, it's not one of these puzzles, right? Ah, hang on a second. I thought it was going to be one of those puzzles like the one from Thingy. Okay, so I can get that to mirror this, but I don't know what... Let's check something here. Ah, okay. So, 1, 2... I'll marry up this. Does that look about right? Yeah, it is quite thick. There we go. So we've got... Oh, God. I am wondering. So, does that look right? I mean... Maybe it's a little bit thinner? See, that's too big. What the fuck? Oh, okay, now you're behaving, I guess. There we go. Did I have it wrong? Was it just the wrong thing? Fair enough. Alright, well, we've absolutely smashed that. And we now need a thermic needle. Oh, did I? Okay. Thermic needle. Where are we at? Thermic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. These tall items. That's quite tall. There we go. That'll do. Sorted. It is a tall item. Using my weighing scales and a candle, I can confirm that the weight does indeed reduce when heated. Sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or a fire palm, a loam is an item with enticing power. You can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who's played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. That's a threat. Okay, order up. Who we got? Audrey Bell. The people are afraid, and they are right to be, but it's too late for them. They are of no use to us, but you might be. Prove yourselves, and perhaps Holgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation and to remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Do we like this person? I'm trying to remember her, and I don't think so. Okay, we'll find out which one's which. So you've got Morgan's Folly, which I think will be the one that maybe does that. And I've given you the vote. I don't know if we want to open that up again. If anyone would like to run the poll. Morgan's Folly. A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. So that's not great. There is also Fortinance, which will... A Fortinance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that's been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex. They're made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. I don't know if I want to really give her either of those. So, one's a antiquity that makes her followers open to suggestibility. Suggestibility? That's definitely words. And the other one is giving her physical strength. I'll open it. We've done a vote on pretty much every option, so like if anyone wants to vote on that, we absolutely can. Again, Morgan's Folly induces a trance-like state into anyone. Precaution should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. I mean, I guess Fortinance is better in that regard, I would say. Ah, thanks for arranging a poll, Stars. We'll see what the outcome is. Yeah, so one makes her followers mindless drones, and the other one actually gives her the strength to win the followers over. Neither of which are really that great, but hypnotism's the lesser of the two evils, you think? I don't know, if it's just enhancing strength, then I would have thought like mass hypnotism with potentially dangerous effects. I'm leaning towards Fortinance, but cool, strength. Strength it is. Fortinance, let's find out what the deal is. We have, they're made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. Ah, don't get me started with this totem pish again. Stone or iron and a totem. That was pretty much it, isn't it? Stone, it's got a wee bit of gold, it's pitted, raised detailing. Nothing to remark though. I mean, that is a small totem. I'm gonna check this, there must be a symbol for strength, right? Give me, yeah, that's it. This is your boy. It's got the symbol for strength, and it's made of stone. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis, or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnic field pattern. Sure. Okay, so we've just made her invincible. Great. Strength could be used for good, yeah. It also enhances an individual's strength. It's not like... I mean, you could enhance anyone's strength and it would get them to like a certain level. It doesn't say superhuman. At least I hope it's not superhuman, otherwise we're all fucked. What is this? Oh, that's a face. It's Zeus. Hades 2 crossover. I am marked by Jupiter. I mean, the first thing there is Jupiter the cat. How are we marked by Jupiter? Can I like wave? What if we get Jupiter to hit? Ah, okay. I can't say too much, but it has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would kill for, that people have killed for. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head. It's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical. I mean, that's fine, but Jupiter is not performing today. Not that I expect Jupiter to perform. She does whatever she likes. Is Jupiter a she or a he? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything here. I think we need to do something with Jupiter. It's the only thing I can imagine. This is Mars in winter, rising in summer. Jupiter is whatever they want to be. True. Okay, we'll push on and ecumenical it. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time. It cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapours. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence, pulling at the threads of one's mind. Okay, so that's going to be something we store shit in. And there is an hourglass there. Unpleasant sensation at the back of the skull. I think it's probably that. Boom. Sorted. Hourglass motif on the box. Unpleasant sensation. Nice. Shadow Anchor. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's go. David Schaefer, once again, delivering mail. People are getting restless. The followers of Holger have been marching through the streets with that crazed priest at their head. Not long ago, that sort of behaviour wouldn't have been tolerated in Undermere, and now there are people joining in. Oh no! We've made her too strong. She is the Fash. In answer to your question, yes, it's possible to capture a wandering shroud to the north of town. If you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. It's not uncommon to see wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Alright, time to find a little stream north of town. The Barrows. That's gotta be where wandering shrouds are, right? After a pleasant walk along the beck, I reach a series of grassy mounds. The Barrows, whoever is buried in them, must have been important in their time. If I'm to collect what I've come for, I will need to be prepared. I imagine that is taking the spirit vault. Yes. Exactly. By the way, see, my only experience, the first time I've encountered like the Barrows being referred to as like a place was the original non-movie associated PC game for the Lord of the Rings, which had you being like you were Frodo, and it was 3D, and I remember you had to like throw rocks to like distract the ring wraiths when they arrived in Hobbiton, and you had to like absolutely fucking leg it. It was terrifying. And then you got into the forest, and the forest was quite creepy and like difficult to explore, and you encountered Tom Bombadil and the Willow, and then you got to the Barrow Downs, where previously you were like fighting giant spiders in the forest with like sticks. You didn't have daggers or anything, you just had sticks. And then you got to the Barrow Downs, and all like the Hobbit NPCs, you know, Sam, Merry and Pippin weren't with you, because Frodo in the book is alone in the Barrow Downs, and you have these like ghostly spectres. I think I must have been about 6 playing that game, and it was absolutely horrifying. I was terrified the entire time. I remember absolutely legging it, and all we had to do was grab the daggers they find in the Barrow Downs, and all you had to do was hit the guy with once. But I was so scared to like fight him. I was like hiding up on a wall like where he couldn't reach me, and all I had to do was actually just hit him once, and then that would trigger the cutscene where Tom Bombadil comes and rescues you, and then like the game took you to Bree. But like holy shit, it was, oh man, it was a terrifying experience. I don't think it ran, like I think it was made more difficult. It didn't run particularly well on the computer, the family PC. But oh man, I'm gonna have to like watch a playthrough of that. There's someone will have done a modern playthrough of it. I don't think it'll be me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go. Anyway, sorry, we'll continue. We have caught a wandering shroud, which is excellent. I sit and wait, quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for. For some time, nothing happens, and then long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and a hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange thin mist is formed near one of the barrows, seemed to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles towards the vault that I have left out for this purpose. I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. That is horrifying. The idea that this like horrible undead spirit just like curls up inside inside your spirit vault. It's not even a euphemism. Okay, descend further into the catacombs. We now have the spirit vault, which I'm going to use. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the centre of the cavern. I hold the torch closer to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up to the walls and search the shields for some other clue. Nothing stands out. Well, good thing we have a... Jesus. Good thing we have a small child made of wood. Okay, sun. The sun's light. I'm guessing the sun will be... Yeah, there we go. The sun bond. Sun bond is small, lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly. Carries the warmth and light of the sun. A brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. And now I just need to find it amongst my goodies. Which we do have. I'm going to move that there. Okay, Jupiter just doesn't care about us. Sun. Spirit eye. Nope. I've got too much on this shelf. It is a nuisance. Don't think it's here. Sunbond. Boom. Nice. The sunbond banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes, and you just flashbang yourself by pulling out the sunbond. Bringing summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside is a blood-red urn. Ho ho! That is a strange antiquity right there. That is a fucking cool looking urn. Imagine you walk into someone's house and you see the snake urn with emerald eyes. You would store sugar in that urn. Got to thinking after I left earlier, transferring the secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, it's safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit so that I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. I feel like you need to just come clean. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Okay, so we're going to check out the mind stuff, which I don't know. Go again. Okay, we don't have anything there, but we do have Mentic of the Mind. Okay, so we will have something that is of that shape, I guess? No, you're coming here. Right. Let's open up our thing. I wish there was a way to, like, get this to behave. Okay, so we have the big circle up top. We've got the diamond shape there. And we've got the baby circle. Oh, fuck off. We've got the baby circle down the bottom, which gives us this kind of, like, clover type symbol. Yeah, so that's the one. Now, we do have a couple of things that look like that. I don't think it's that, though. It feels unusual, not hot exactly, but okay. Right, so back to just checking what Truth Conduit is. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven. Okay, so we're looking for something potentially with this symbol on it. It produces a gentle sound. Nothing here is jumping out as that. Because we've not found the Truth Conduit before, have we? No. That doesn't produce a soft sound. Sorry, yeah. gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. So we will potentially find the actual symbol on it. Quite where, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. And it doesn't have a photo either. No, I don't think that's it. I do want to test that though. Nah, that's not it. Alright, shove you back in there. Get you back there. Sorry. I was under the impression that because it was off the mind, the gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven. That's where I'm getting that from. Arguably, you could say there's protection involved in that. No, there's not. It could be hypnosis. Are we hypnosising? Hypnosising? Which would be... Smells strongly of linseed. We are looking for the truth conduit, which... I feel like it doesn't actually give a description of the item. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. And there's no sound coming from a lot of these. That is a sheep. I'm focusing too much on the wrong clue, as in there's more than one. I mean, designation of the dark article, which is only referenced in the truth conduit, which is rather annoying. Mind is referenced in fucking everything. So... the gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven. Ah, fuck, it's the sound. Fuck you. I don't know why, but I know we had the magical maraca, but I didn't think of that as like, oh, the sound, of course. I was thinking that I would like pick up a pendant or something like that, and it's got like, you know, a nice wee sound twinkling inside it. I didn't expect it to be the actual fucking instrument thing. Abrasive mether. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies, designed to be easily passed from person to person. Alright, order up. I'm a little bit anxious that I've not been able to... I am marked by Jupiter. Okay. I've never felt more tired or more devoid of life. Fucking same. An apathy is settled in my bones that I do not seem able to shift, but while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. Okay. Let's look up depression in the index. Do we have that? We do not have depression. Sailor Moon, okay. So, is there fatigue? There's feeling, there's fear, there's gold, there's guilt, there's light, there's mean, if we're going Sailor Moon, I can do that. There's Nightmare, Noctic. Is Tired one? No. Okay. When you say... Ah, the Jupiter one. Okay, I've never seen Sailor Moon. Okay. Are you feeling cursed? Necrosis of the flesh. Scarring has no cure. She's not scarred. I feel like they're choking. Sensation of burning. Telltale blue tint under the eyes. Poison of the mind. Suffering from this curse, speak of nightmares. So she's not cursed, I don't think. She's depressed. I'm thinking. Go back to the book. Resonant ring, rock, selenic. Oh, Grey's Grace. Worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy, they share the design of a shadow catcher. Okay. Grey's Grace. Try to remember what that one was. That's not a shadow catcher, that's an Ossic ring. A shadow catcher. I'm too close to this. None of these are shadow catchery. Nope. Holy shit, I just can't see. We've got this ticked, so it must be somewhere. Resonance compass, Ambra. Bottle with the Celtic knot, that's the shadow hold. Is it a ball? There's the purifier, there's the shadow hold. Where's that other bottle? It's not far from Shadowhold. Is it? They share the design of a... Oh, for fuck's sake. Is that... No, Shadowhold is that. Yes, I'm looking for Grey's Grace. Which shares the design of this. Which is the pendant. Fucking Jesus. Sorry. Yep. Ugh. There we go. I don't know, I was looking at all the tags underneath that for ages there. Have I come across the so-called nameless gods? That the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways. Sorry. Here's the exciting part. An inscription has appeared on the stone that sits atop Weatherlam. That's where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other option is a Babelia to read the inscription, but they say that if you read the language of the nameless gods you become cursed, which I don't like the sound of. Leaning towards the direct approach, but it could be dangerous too. Oh. Curious. So, a pit that allows him to directly access the thing that he wants to do, or the other thing. You just realised something from your playthrough that maybe changes. 3 different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent Earth, Sun and Death or Darkness. Dradic diurnic and noctic. The energy is balanced in such a way that the objects do not produce a recognisable thermic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. Okay. Seems quite intense. And then we have the Babelia, which is... The meaning of the unusual markings on a Babelia is not clear. They resemble a mantic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mantic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. Okay. So... First of all, what one are we going for here? Are we going for the pit, or are we going for the Babelia? So we're either allowing this guy to crack open rock and hell for leather, see where that door leads, or the Babelia, which allows him to read the words which may result in him getting cursed, if it's the name of a god. What if it just says, do not enter? What if it's like, get fucked? So, yeah. Everyone vote, and we'll find out. So it's between the Babelia or the pit. The pit allowing different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent earth, sun, and death. Great. I can love that. Okay, so... Huh. 10 is Jupiter. In the meantime, I am marked by Jupiter. Is there a tin mine? Or is there a symbol here that reflects... I feel like I'm going too far here. I am marked by Jupiter. I mean, the only other thing here is that Mars in winter, rising in summer, Mars in Jupiter. So there's a bit there. Oh, Babelia won the poll. Yeah, so I've got them marked by... hold on. We've got fucking symbols all over the place here. That's the tin one, isn't it? There we go. The mark of Jupiter on the map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice a bookshelf is mounted on a runner can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. The castle vaults are blocked. It can be opened. Okay, hold on. We have another half note somewhere. Can't remember where I hid it. Where was the other torn bit of paper? I thought I hid it in the drawer, no? Bollocks. We did have the torn... There it is. Castle vaults blocked by a Diurnic seal can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a Diurnic field. Okay, we are Diurnic fielding. Bearing in mind a Diurnic is off the day, so let's just... yeah, we need to grab this. I wish there was a way to, like, gently have that. Okay, so we've got medium circle up the top. We've got a circle... Wait, what? Yeah, we've got, sorry, small diamond, big circle in the middle, and we've got it here. Okay, so that gives us the two swirly circles. And we need to find something of gold. Silver or gold. Great. Is that all silver and all gold? Is it pure silver? Like, Okay, so not that. We need to find something like that's colour and composition, that's gold. This part is painted black. Does that... Yeah, you see this part's painted... Is that still gold? Because arguably it could be that then. Bearing in mind that is the castle vaults. So where are the vaults? Yeah. To the vaults. The vaults are blocked by a large door. It has no handle or keyhole, does not give in the slightest when I push against it. I realise it's been thermically sealed. That's not much help. Right, let's try this. Hey! The door slides open without a sound, as though it's been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it I find a large natural cavern, extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of the rows of artefacts that I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he's delighted and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It's not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. Okay, so we've got some, I think that's the seasonal ones, or the weather ones. The Bishop's Square is a simple tool of my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on Briar's disc. By all accounts he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zea? He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. Okay. Oh, we also got this. Funky. Right, so. Babelia time. I'm slightly nervous that you're guiding me towards a bad ending. Do I remember the disc from Strange Horticulture? Was that like the fixed disc that you used to solve certain puzzles down the line? Or was it like a specific thing? Because if not, no. The meaning of the unusual markings on Babelia is not clear. They resemble a mantic field pattern. The items themselves do not produce a mantic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign text. So mantic field pattern. If we check out... No, that's gemstones. Okay. Mantic is our cheeky big diamond and then wee circle, big circle, medium circle. Which I just don't feel is really going to get us anywhere, to be perfectly honest. The other one with the symbols in the map, this thing. Yeah. So it's marked with that, but doesn't produce a mantic field. Which means... I don't think that's it. It could be it. Right, these have both been done, so I'm chucking them. Right. What are we... It mentioned that, yeah, sorry, it mentioned the Briar's disc, yeah. Mantic field. Nope, we're not doing that. We're doing this. Confusion, death, life, paralysis, yada yada. They resemble a mantic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce one. The meaning of the unusual markings, plural, on a Babelia are not clear. Turquoise gemstone. I'm trying to remember what the gemstones mean. I think turquoise is... No, it's just a stone of water. Or an anchor between body and mind? I think that's more turquoise than the blue that I'm thinking about. There's so many antiquities. I don't see... So that's your Mentic one, isn't it? As is this. That's not it. I am losing my mind. No, that's not a fuck. Jesus. I'm curious, what is the actual marking? Okay, that's paralysis, which isn't... no. The shadow catcher is not the Mentic field. The Mentic field is the... fuck. Right, we're going... long. Then we've got the... yeah, baby one at the bottom. Right, so it's... yeah, the Mentic field was the cross-shaped field, so it doesn't actually produce that, but it looks like the shape of it. The markings on it resemble that, but it doesn't actually produce that when I put it in front of the thing. Yes, so I'm just trying to find it. Arguably, you could say it is that, but I don't believe... I don't know, I find that hard to put. Does that resemble it? I wouldn't say it does. But nothing else really resembles the markings. Nothing that I've not done, anyway. You don't think it resembles it? I don't see that resembling it. So going... okay, we'll go along each of these fucking individually. Not that, not that. Not that, or that, or that, or that. Nothing in that top row. We've got... these are named. It's definitely not the claw hand thing. None of those, I would say, are Mentic. That doesn't compare to... I wouldn't say that that compares to that. I'd be very surprised if it does. It's not anything with a skull on it. I don't think it's the... that. I really don't think it's that. Nothing here is jumping out. That's a maybe, but it's just so busy. I'm gonna give this a stab. Fuck you. Design on the item resembles a Mentic field pattern. Does it fuck? I don't believe that for a second. That does not fucking resemble a Mentic field pattern. That's specific. That is a completely different pattern. No, it doesn't. That is a different pattern. I don't... fuck that for a laugh. That is not... no. Yeah, my arse, that's the same pattern. If we just put everything to the wind, then sure. If we put everything aside, sure, there is some resemblance. In the same way that this water bottle and this phone resemble each other. Lies. Slander. Put them side by side. I just did. Nonsense. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, the man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of a museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. We are absolutely 100% getting a strange artifacts. We've got to. We need it. There's a setup there. Oh, I like this card. That's fun. I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. Wow. Put the Babala next to the lens. What lens? Like the one here? Where was it? Was it down there and then up here? Yeah, not a chance in fuck. No way. Completely different. No, I don't. 2020 version. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Cross bit in the middle looks quite a bit like that. Nah, nonsense. Terrible. Thomas Pope. I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. Sure. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me, not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. Masochist Thomas Pope. If I can feel, then I know I'm alive. Going back to the nothingness, that's what I fear. Going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a Loam. Okay. First of all, I like my... I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. So buried... Fucking rude. Okay. Knight of Thorns. So... Okay, first of all, strange artifacts. We are indexing. We are Knight of Thorns. We did have a thorn section. Ah, fuck, what was it? We had one thing that mentioned thorns. Where were we? There's so many notes now. Is the one with the fucking... the boy sleeping? Shift is the magnifying glass, yeah. There we go. So we've got some swirly bits, we've got little flowers. He fell in 1356. So 1356, do we have a catacomb date here? 1356, there's your boy, I think. Nice. The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Sutherfell. Is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I'm able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I'm out in the light of the day once more. It's also perfectly plausible. Okay, now we're gonna low our way to victory. Sometimes called a Hand of Jupiter or a Fire Palm. A Loam is an item with enticing power. Reverses the sign of aging. Okay, so... I mean, my first thing would be this, but I'm not sure. We've got... Sorry, it does say Fire Palm. There's potentially gemstones there. Nah, I don't think it's that. It would potentially be more amber. Oh, come on. Okay, so it's potentially amber. We have one hand here, we've got another hand here. A fire palm. I mean, in the thing it also looks like just a big fucking orb. does say Hand of Jupiter, so there's maybe a tin thing there. But this is stone, not tin. It's got crisscross grooves. And it chills blood. Okay. Sometimes called Hand of Jupiter or a Fire Palm. Has enticing power. Reverses sign of aging. Okay. A fire palm? Don't think it's anything here. Raised detailing, colour, red clay, nah. There's nothing quite jumping out there. Fire palm, and it is just a swirling ball. So we've named pretty much everything down here. I'm gonna start to like organise this maybe a touch. Blue gemstone. I don't know about that. That's silver. Black gemstone and bronze. Stone. Yeah, I feel like I just do no organisation at all. So, a Hand of Jupiter. It's those beans. We've got an immortal cat that doesn't age. The Hand of Jupiter. So, there's a little bit here about withered flesh that's potentially so old. And it's maybe the swirl here, actually. I do wonder, what is the swirl? What was that again? It's rebirth. Because that, if it's like a ring that like ages your hand to fuck. Sorry, last thing. Oh, that's weird. So it doesn't actually give me... Like, none of the planetary metals are like... That's brass. There doesn't seem to be anything for that specifically. Feel like this is a bit of a push, but... Nah, no chance. Okay. It was worth a try, because that did feel kinda like withered flesh. Like, there was a bit of that. Wood, gold, stone. I don't know about that one. I don't think it's the hand. Is brass like copper and bronze or iron and bronze? Okay, so it's, knowing that, not that it matters because that's incorrect, but copper and tin, copper and zinc, okay. Must be copper and tin then, copper and... Right, so we don't really have anything that's made of tin, do we? Iron there, bronze there, I think that's stone. That's bone. Bone! Gold, wood, green gemstone, that's limestone. We must have the... Unless it's this. Ooh, that's tin. And it's a hand of Jupiter. Nice. There we go. The item features a hand in its design. It's made of tin, planetary metal associated with Jupiter. It also features a triangle, the symbol for fire. Boom. Cassander. The eyes of a Cassander focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. Thank you for the hydrate. And the sounds still work. That's fun. These items do not produce a magnetic field as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the path shown to them and have led to ruin. Agnes Dent. There's been an unexpected death in the family. Condolences. It hits all quite hard, particularly my husband. I'd like to gift him a heart chamber. That's an actual real thing. Okay, heart chamber. There is a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blen Cathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with the power in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object. They have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. So Blen Cathra's only mentioned there. Holgar is mentioned in a few things. And then death is mentioned in fucking everything. Heart chambers are based on the mythical object. What if I went to the catacombs? So like, let's say I pay a visit. I'm wasting my time here, okay? Valid, thank you for the stretch. I don't have something for stretch. I don't know whether to just record me go out and like saying stretch, but that would be overkill maybe. That would be kind of horrible to hear, like every so often, just stretch! In that kind of pained noise as well. Okay, so there's a skull there where he trapped the soul off the thing. Ah, that's cool. So we'll use that at some point. Onto studying with Zia. I'm guessing there will be a point where we're doing stuff like this and then going here, there and everywhere. But we'll deal with that at another time, I think. Stars thinking with Winnie the Pooh is cute. I need to see that. I've not seen that. I'll need to... Next time Stars is streaming, I'm going to force her to stretch as much as possible. And take notes. Right, Heart Chamber. Bearing in mind that this dude... It's when he slew the beast, he trapped its soul in a wraith chamber. It's based on the mythical object. Is it the skull? Is it the skull container? Just ends up being like a yoga stream or something like that. I kind of want this to be the case. I mean, imagine like keeping someone close to you. Like this. I feel like that would be a good laugh. Nah, devastating. Okay, so it's something resembling the object that he used to trap Blen Cathra's soul in. He trapped its soul in something called the Wraith Chamber, which does not have a thing. The Wraith Chamber is, however, this thing, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. just do like a thing like Twister on stream. I'm pretty sure people used to play that on stream and it ended up getting like a... There was TOS discourse around people playing Twister on stream. Because of course there was. A Brechik charm? A Bridgehick charm? A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Nice. Alright, next up, Edmund Bishop. Let's fucking go. It probably was feet crimes. When in doubt. Did you ever work out what the Bishop Square thing was? I suddenly remembered this note that I found some time ago. Occurred to me that it might be related. I almost threw it away. It intrigued me. I haven't a clue what it means. Give me your notes. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay, so first of all, we need our book. Autumn, spring, summer, winter. What the fuck does it mean by Mars in winter, rising in summer? So we've got part of the code there. Ah, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So blessings in spring. So what's blessing in this book? I don't think we've got a thing for blessing, do we? You have a gripe about the way this thing is set up. That makes sense. So do I, already. Earth, air, fire, water, light, dark, ashes, phosphorus, platinum, potassium, zinc. Fog, hail, lightning, blah blah blah. Oh no, there is blessings, okay. Wicca, blessings. Ugh, Jesus. Right. Moon with tears. And that's in spring, which we all know is the leaf, or the seed. Rising in autumn. The symbols on the map lead me to the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden. Knowing where to look means that it does not take me long. I'm soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing thing. Okay. Is that once I've figured it out? Is that me done that thing? What was the... Right, okay, yeah. Sorry. Rising in autumn. Because it was the stairs. Alright, sorry. I thought it was because of the stairs. That's where I went with rising. So if I jump there, like, it's rising in autumn, which is the staircase, but I get... Like, that's where I went with that. Try the Mars winter one. Okay. Mars in winter, rising in summer. So Mars being... what? Mars being the horned god? The horny boy? And that's in winter, rising in summer, so that's not fucking correct. Oh, is it just the fucking... There's literally a symbol. Yeah, Mars is the symbol for men. Yeah. The smell and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while folding the clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. Yet in the exact same spot where the map leads me, there is something. A floorboard that's been cut and replaced with a little difficulty. Lift it up and feel a cavity below before my fingers grasp something hard. And it's another fucking totem. Trapped forever. Endless totems. Nothing but totems. Is there anything else here that I can do? No? Just that? No. Okay. I was excited though. And then I'm no thaumaturge, but I think I can weaken it with a witherance. Oh dear me, this had better work. One witherance coming right up. Also makes you soft. Witherance is the inverse of a Fortins and is sometimes put to more malicious use. They can be crafted from stone like the Fortins, but wood is more commonly used. I now need to remember what the fuck a Fortins looked like. We did fix it. We did find it. Okay, I'm gonna like move some shit. So we've found all of these. You can come down here. You can go there. You can go up there. Then we've got all of that except this one. That can go there. Nope, that can go up there. Right, what was the Fortnance look like? It was the stone totem with the diamond shape at the top. That narrows it down. Fuck. Yes, it was the little... Yeah, I know the one there. Yes. So we're looking to find the inverse of this. And it tends to be made from wood. The inverse of Fortnance. Which, that's Fortnance there, but I don't think the inverse... Let's just check my thing. I don't think... Do we have a symbol for... You know how there was like the poison and then there was antidote flipped? Do we have a different symbol completely for like weakness? We do, which is this little fucking goblin cunt. There we are. Goblin cunt. Folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreer, huntsmen, and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk, as a folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armour. It's not the only thing that's thick. It's me trying to solve all these fucking puzzles. Jacob Priestley. My mind is severed, need mether. I mean, isn't there literally something called a mether? A restful mether. So the thaumaturgy is linked to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Drathium plant is drunk from them. A particular plant can be used to enter a state. I think there are multiple mether. Oh god, there's so many methers. I mean, that one seems quite plausible, right? So, there's an abrasive mether. Is used to purge unwanted memories, as with any procedure that can alter the mind, should be used sparingly. Mind is severed, need a mether. So that's one option, which seems kinda cruel. Then we've got restful mether, which we've just checked out. There's a solemn mether. Of the 3 types of mether, the solemn is considered the most powerful. It permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind to recall that which has been forgotten or to repair that which has been broken. The solemn mether sounds like probably the best one here. If it's severed and it forges pathways, I think that's where we go. And we know that the methers are... We've got a restful one. We need to find out... It's either this boy or this boy, I think. This can go in the thing, this can go in the there, and now we're gonna thaumic field it. It produces a noticeably stronger thaumic field. Okay. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so that's quite faint. Arguably, that's also faint. Yeah, that's like... Yeah, that's... Yeah. It's gotta be this boy. So this is the solemn mether, which means that the other one is the fucking fuck you mether. Wixic cord. Despite the name, these simple looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Cool. So we might as well note down that this is the abrasive mether. Oh shit, no, we're not giving it icons. That's too confusing. Yeah, we'll pop all the methers here. Whatever the mether. There we go. Mether gang, rise up. Okay. Discovered something via the thermic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by an invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is, it's right here in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Ambra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. That must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I have never used a Gaudian siren before. Well, there's always a first time. I love a Gaudian siren. Although they're a similar form to thermic needles, Gaudian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion like a siren's call. So it's skulls. A display of Gaudian objects. Okay, so I feel... Oh, okay, so we've got something that looks kind of like that. We've got animals with infinity symbols. We've definitely got the fucking skull thing there. I feel like that's a little bit too obvious. This is also very similar looking to this. We don't have any... Do we have any more wooden creepy boys? We do have this guy who looks a little bit fucked. Yeah, that's a good point. Am I feeling compelled? I am not. Am I feeling compelled? Takes great effort to tear my eyes away. Boom. Nice. Sorted. Creepy boy with wood, there's a lot of those around. Yeah, just look at 4chan. That's not even good wood. Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it often works passively on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Cheers, Josel. I do try. Oh, will we get this game done? Probably not. The curator learned that an alien casket is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and the most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artefacts that are best kept from public eyes. Let's go. And I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Okay. So, under the barn where the axe meets the tree. So we've got strange horticulture, the barrows, Hathwood, Lockwood, Boatyard, where the axe meets the tree. Keystone Manor, Market Square, the Twinings, Town Hall, Blacksmith's Guild, the Convent, Undermere Station, the Pit. Mossy Wood is 21, which is somewhere. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Is there like a lumber yard? Is something shaped like an axe, maybe? Mossy Wood, Godfrey's Tower, the Mary Bell, Bleakstones, Culgarth Hall, Wordsworth Library, the Eye. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Part of me is like, is it... Yeah, like, is it the thing... The axe meets the tree you would expect it to be. There's a woodcutter's lane. Ah, there's woodcutter's lane. I'm under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Must be there, right? Nice. To the side of the house it's a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully. Not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly I spy a flash of blue, a bottle. Fuck yeah, potions. There's also Pine Roads. Okay. I was going purely off of. You know what I was thinking there? I was like, wood cutter. Okay, so the wood's there, and then cut's there, and then the house is next to that. But yeah, Pine Road, Woodcutter's Lane, axe meets tree. Yeah, that's great. That is fun. Alright, ring a ding ding. Come on, Simone. Strange potions? That would be fun. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me, but she'll turn up, she always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of Strange Antiquities. Sure, fuck it. From the individual, a stone from dark purposes from the celestial... fuck. These are the ones that take forever, because I need to, like, check them against this. Okay, so, individual. We have either the Mentic or the Wixic, which I now need to check here. So small circle, diamond, circle, circle. I need to just memorise these, don't I? There we go, and move you there, and move you down. So we've got the fucking clover thing, which is definitely doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. And then we've got this one, which is the wavy lines. So yeah, the funky cross and the squiggles. We've also got... yeah, sorry, we've kind of got this. It's weird that this doesn't get a tick, because I get these ones. I'm going to archive them, because it's going to annoy me otherwise. Sometimes the UI in this gets in the way. So, from the celestial, a stone of earth. So I suppose we better just fix this slightly. I wish there was a way to fucking... Can I pin this? Okay. Okay, we're going here, we're going triangle, and we're going tucked up here. So we've got the two circles. Do you have a post-it on hand to draw what the fields look like? I do, actually, somewhere. Or I did before I cleaned up my desk. Oh, where's it gone? It's fine, I'll remember some of them. So we've got the cross and then the squiggles. We've then got these circles for Dradic. For Selenic, we've got this down here. And... fucking Jesus. This up here. So we've got DNA and circles for Celestial. We've got squiggles and the cross for individual. And then diurnal, we've got that and that and that. So we've got two circles for diurnic. And then, Jesus, man. And Noctic, we've got the swirls. Like, we're not looking at the fields, are we not? Why would they not be looking at the fields for that? Like a stone for dark purposes. That's annoying. Surely... Yeah, so 3 stones. A stone for dark purpose. Are they fucking the gemstones, aren't they? Can't. For dark purposes, that'll be this fucking thing. A stone of the earth, which is... green. And a stone of death. Ah, fuck, Jesus. Death? Anyone? Death? Dark blue green. Okay. Okay, stone for dark purposes. That'll be this cunt. Then a stone of the earth, which is your green, which I'm guessing is... No, that's dark green straighted. I need something... The Eye of Serenos, I guess? Yeah. There you go, Serenos. And then the other one, which I don't know if I've got, actually. Do I have one of these? Dark green and straighted. I do have one. Ah, it's that one. That's not correct. Is this the wrong one? I need... Sorry. I need that one. That's not correct. That's not it. That's not it either. Are you sure I've got one of those? Stone of Death and Decay, dark blue green. I am fucking blind tonight. There we are. Holgan. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right, let's not get fucking these mixed up this time. One, two, three. Hell yeah. Nice. Jacob Priestley, thank you for the mather. I have seen into the yawning deep. I have seen beauty beyond the comprehending mind. Price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor broken. Must replace. Oh god. Do we have a shadow anchor? We do. Shadow anchor, sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Without anchor, minds have become known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, where others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch. Great, just fucking anything. You know what? That'll do. Just give me one of those things. Some make use of symbology, others use totems. That literally is just a... This is a fucking have whatever one. I mean, it could be this boy, you know. He likes... Nah, it's too weather focused, I think. The triangle in that, I think. And there's paralysis there. Seems a bit odd. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, others use gemstones. But the purpose of it is projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have... I mean, that looks kind of anchorish, actually. Which might be insane, but it also has the gemstone for the mind, I think. And it looks kind of anchory. It looks like a kind of grappling hook that you would anchor, right? There we go. They were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls, who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them, such that if they were to remove them, even after death, the nephroquant would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections, however they will cause Braxis. Jesus, can't have anything. Hey, it looked anchory. It looked grappling hooky, which is, I would anchor that into my soul. You have shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep one eye on the lake in the coming days. When blackened eyes seek the casket and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Oh, Jesus, fuck. The sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to Holgar. It's performed by a blood priest. I don't really want to do that. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. And have you all sent me down this route on purpose? Afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly. I need doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Better late than ever. Yeah, I don't want to have faith in Holgar. I don't want to join your blood cult. Leave me alone. Spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. Followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling bone-filled alcove carved into the natural chamber in the upper levels. Seems to be markings that have been worn away by time after that. The ossuary of the damned. What a fucking cool sounding name for a bit in the catacombs. I mean, that looks kind of ossuary of the damned, doesn't it? Because there's just a whole bunch of skulls. Able to follow Marwyn's trails for a while, but the carved markings are faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Now I've still got decisions in front of you. That makes perfect sense, Stars. In front, ahead, forward. Okay, these items produce an invisible light. Fantastic. Love that. The effect is often murky and blurred. It works passively on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. That's slightly easier. Any candles here? I swear to God, if that's like the symbol for like a candle, I'm going to check that now, because I'm going to feel really fucking stupid if that's the case. So we've got a sniper scope with a wee bit and a triangle. So we've got wax. You son of a bitch. That is totally it, isn't it? Where's the triangle? Where's the fucking triangle? It's fire. Fuck's sake. This is the fucking Carrick's candle. Shove up your arse. Symbol for flame is right. That's good. I like it. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search shifting rock walls for any signs of Marwyn's trail. Suddenly I see it, an M etched into the rock, as clear as if it had been carved yesterday. I follow the trail in an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor, till I come to its end at a small boulder, rolling the rock to one side. I reach behind it and reclaim Marwyn's lost treasure. A very creepy looking pendant. Fantastic. Right, order up. Come on, Barton. Yeah, fucking excellent. That is potentially a curse. That's what my gut says. Skin is pale, cold to the touch. Nope. Necrosis. Nope. Appear to be breathed normally. Nope. Maybe Breath of Lyra. Burned inside out. Poison of the mind. From there. Plagued by hallucinations. Affects the mouth and tongue. So it's Tormund's. Tormund's paralysis. Right, there we go. It's weird how you get stages of like. You get. You hit little bits of like being able to put things together really quickly. You can have one that stumps you an absolute belter and it's the most obvious thing in the world, and then you just get into it and batter stuff around. Tormund's Bane. They can be rolled along the tongue or worn around the neck. Ah, we caused the curse because we did the thing. It's fine. So they produce a dionic field pattern. I mean, not my fucking problem, is it? Wisdom, strength, protection. Worn about the neck. Can be rolled along the tongue is another option. I mean, technically anything can be rolled along the tongue if you're brave enough. Like, I don't know, you could like insert that hand into your mouth. The full thing. Rolled along the tongue to cue. Ah. Yes. So we do need something that can get rolled along the tongue. Which again, arguably could be anything. Like, is there anything here that looks particularly tongue rollable? Rolled along the tongue. What rolls? I mean, a ball? And there is a bunch of paralysis things on that. Sorry. The idea, does that produce a dionic field? Let's find out. It totally does. That's funny. No! Oh, I thought it was like the paralysis fucking wheel. Ah, no. That would have been really fucking funny. Oh, that looks like a roller. Does this produce a fucking thing? It does. What does that symbol mean? So, we've got is it a wicker thing? What is that? Sorry, I probably skipped it. Where the fuck am I looking here? It's not oil. Ah, is it paralysis like inverted? There we go. Is the paralysis symbol inverted? Thank you. Don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlam. Everything went dark after reading the inscription. Whoops. In the darkness I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nalian Casket. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have the casket, they'll not allow it to be opened. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket it would release all of its contained power. I feel like maybe we don't want to do that? Oh god, Verona. The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quietened. Help me to calm this clamouring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Zoink, Scoob. Okay, so we've got Zephyrin, or we've got the Abrasive Mether. So, Abrasive Mether, as a reminder, it purges unwanted memories. With any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. They're used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. So that's one, which we already know There is also the Zephyrum. These resonant objects give off a faint odour that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It's the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapours are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the West Wind. I don't really want to give it to the woman who's being possessed. Zephyrum would amplify the anger. I mean, if we want to be good here, we want to do Abrasive Matter, surely. It purges unwanted memories and can alter the mind. Oh, is that your reading of it, Diabra? They give off a faint odour that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm. Will unlock deep wells of anger. It is really hard to see. The casket wants to be opened. Nothing can stop it now. Yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quietened. Oh, okay. So we can. Oh, we can anger. Right. Sorry. We can help her mind fight back against the possessive, like that one, or we can purge it of unwanted thoughts. I think. I will say it's not super clear in my mind, and the Abrasive Method is the easier option, so maybe Zephyrum is the way to go. If it was up to me, that's the one I would choose. Which luckily you've decided to choose as well. Right, we need to bring the storm. Okay, it's the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, scent of magic. This is the power of the West Wind. Okay, so we do have the storm, we do have the wind. Quite what that looks like, I don't know, but we'll get there. I imagine there would be maybe a little bit of symbology here, but anything here smell like storm? Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. We've pretty much got everything kind of ironed out. So these things, nothing there. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. I feel like the snakes wouldn't have anything to do with that. What is bringing the storm? I will admit I'm just doing this. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item. Nope, it's not that. Gives off a scent like that of a brewing storm. That one there, that is the wind, but that one's paralysis and that one's fire. And it doesn't smell of anything. Brewing storm does feel a bit obvious. Sense of touch, it's cool and smooth, blue painted, very storm-like. Well, maybe give it a go. Nice. For the ritual of the broken path, a grist is heated slowly over the flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand till the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixit art. It's common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Okay. Oofed. No, we did use the resonance compass. We had to identify some resonance items to open up the drawer. The problem with strong, powerful, dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. Can I just say, I love this. Like, I love this little, like, drawing thing in between stuff. Jupiter's woolen ball. Mmm. Mmm. Okay. So we must have a woolen mill, maybe? Farm, strange horticulture, barrows, Heathwood, Lockhouse, Museum of History, spoken word, convent, underwear station. That doesn't look right either, does it? I imagine the thread could be that simple, yeah. And when I say that simple, I mean it could be that awkward. Doesn't look like there's any... It doesn't look like it matches up with any roads in particular. Unless we're just to eyeball it, really. But even then, I wouldn't say so. And you can't rotate the card. I'm not gonna lie, if there was one card that I wanted to like give to Jupiter, it would be that one. But Jupiter's not for playing. Which is a shame, because I think that would be such a good one to like give. Okay, Greywick Farm, Strange Horticulture, Barrows, Green Church, Hospital, Wood, House, Boatyard, Stockside Rock, Spoken Word, Market Square, Twinings, Town Hall, Convent. I'm just... Nothing here is jumping out as like... Is there a cat statue in the catacombs? In the catacombs! I knew it. This actually does look like it could be... Like, if you think about this, so you go down, and then you go around, and then there's a wee bump, and then you go around, and then you go down? That is so fucking far-fetched, but it's probably not the case. Holy fucking shit! Holy shit! Stunning. Incredible. I'm actually really good at doing those cards. I'm good at the cards. I'm shit at finding the artifacts. I'm good at the cards. Give me very niche fucking puzzles and I will just lock the fuck in on them. Hailing deeply from the spirit vault to stave off the madness of the depths, I make my way carefully down crumbling passageways past decaying crypts. Placed carelessly on top of the tomb is a collection of clay pots, some lie in pieces but most are whole. At first the collection seems unremarkable, but one in particular stands out and I take it back up to the surface for a closer look. A jar. When's a door not a door? When it's a jar. Haha. Right, a Nephroquant. That sounds like a good fucking time. Ah, okay, this is this thing. They were once worn by the necromancers of the Five Knolls. Look at those little fucking nips. The power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them, even after death, the Nephroquant could crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished. They can use to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin. So bearing in mind that Braxis is necrosis of the flesh, it makes me sound like it's this fucking thing. If I'm being perfectly honest. I wouldn't want to hold that up to my skin for that fucking well. But then again, necrosis as well. You've got a withered hand here. Some kitten. Yeah, there you go. Item here's the ring. It's attached to the hand scar by Braxis. Spiral design of the representation of rebirth. Nice. A dread vivant is the only way to handle some of the more dangerous artefacts. It can siphon power away from oneself for a time. The power rising up of a dread vivant is subtle and noticeably invigorating. These objects represent the balance of life and death, good and evil, hope and despair. Yeah, just chop off the hand. Come on, Franklin Underhill, please do pay us a visit. Some items that we're confident will be of interest to you. Sure. I guess. 15. The man who dropped off his card introduces himself as the owner of the Twinings, an unusual sprawling series of grotto-like rooms filled with handcrafted carpentry, ironmongery and pottery. Leads me past wooden chairs, strange iron contraptions. He's got a kink dungeon. Into a room unlike the others. This one's filled with small trinkets, ornaments and jars of various sizes containing ominous looking liquids and organic materials. It's the cum jar room. I know it might not look like much, but there are some items of value among the junk here, says the man. Take your time, let me know if you find anything interesting. 2 hours later I've indeed unearthed something very interesting that I'm going to investigate back at the shop. Oh great. The demon eye. I'm leaving the Twinings within the hall when a man shouts at me from across the street. As I look around annoyed, I notice to my horror, a man's eyes are black as coal. He rushes towards me. I stumble backwards, fumbling the strap of my satchel to grab an item to stop him. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm getting assaulted now. Right, Wixit cords. Which we don't have yet, so... These simple looking items do not produce a Wixit field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. A freezing effect in the body. Hard and cool. I mean, freezing effect in the body would... That's fire though. Fire, wind and paralysis? Doesn't seem right, does it? Inner perception on this one it's nothing to remark. Scent and sound, nothing, but it's hard and cool and it coats fingertips. I don't think it's that. Inner perception, a feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Don't think it's that either. I mean, a Wixit cord here, this just has paralysis, like, screamed all over it. It's rough and painted. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm also really... Okay, there's goosebumps there, somewhat cool. Somewhat cool and gives goosebumps, not quite what I'm after. This is cold. I mean, it's called a Wixit cord. It's not hand, is it? Also, this music is getting... Chills my blood to hold it, though. Oh, come on. It chills your blood. Right, Wixit cord. Wixit cord. Wixit cord. They don't produce a Wixit field. They belong to the diurnal branch. Diurnal branch being the... that one. Cool to touch here, raised detailing, smooth. I feel like I would, like, it would tell me immediately. It does say it's a simple item as well. These simple looking items. Which... I mean, some of these are quite elaborate. It could be that. It could give me somewhat cool. Gives goosebumps. Diurnal is diurnal or noctic, yeah, you're right. Right, wiggly lines, I don't think it's that. panel, weathered, nothing to remark. Hard and cool, a chalky black residue that coats the fingertips. I mean, it's not a simple looking item though, is it? None of these are simple looking. Inner perception, nothing to remark. Disquiet. I am unsure. I'm just thinking the I'm just man's attacking me, I'm just like read the description again. Despite the name, these simple looking items do not produce a Wixic field, they belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Which I do appreciate. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Yeah, stones. Yeah, so there's gemstones potentially involved, which does not. I mean, Medusa stone, textured, hard but smooth. Nothing to remark about this. Yeah, Medusas would turn to stone. Yeah, yeah. So it would make sense for the thing to be stone. Yeah, that tracks. That's limestone. I was just expecting like the chilling effect in the body. Surely that would be also you when you touch it. But she also paralyzes, so maybe it is this. There we go. I was expecting to feel the coldness. To my relief, the man goes rigid, always immediately topples forward onto the cobblestones. So hold on, this person's been turned to stone, hits the deck, breaks into a million pieces, and will then reverse back from being stone in bits, leading to the most horrible sight on the cobblestones going. Turn and run, want to put as much distance myself as possible. Finally come to my senses, realise I should let Dr. Robertson. Time to return at the twangings, the man's nowhere to be seen. Okay. Next up, Edmund Bishop. Something bad's about to happen. You think? Not turned to stone, just frozen in... Oh, fine. My grandfather once taught me how to use a Cassander and see the paths ahead, but I saw what it did to him, vowed never to touch one again after he died. The gnawing worry of what's coming has become too much for me. Okay, sure. The Cassander. The eyes of a Cassander focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field as one might expect, but rather a selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them, and have been led to ruin. Okay, sure. I will say my first thing is the eyes of the Cassander could be the snakes. Checking my cheeky wee journal. The fourth eye, a stone of sight. It could be this boy too, actually. No, those are plain. I reckon it could be that. But it's not. Ah, eyes plural. Yeah. Fuck. There we go. Nice. It did say eyes, you're right. I was wondering if it... See, this is the thing. I was wondering if the plural there meant to, like, if you had a bunch of them together, then they all had the eyes, rather than like two belonging to the one. That is sounds like an excuse, but it's also a plausible explanation. That's what I was going with. A weaving edge is used to enter the red knight a bloody state of mind. Tradition dictates the handle should be made from the wood of great oak. I am not getting this done tonight. I was so hoping that I would get there, and I've probably sped up to the point where we're probably going to get like half a stream out the next one. There's always seems to be something going on in Undermere. The sooner I can get this sorted and be on my way, the better. My uncle gave me a ring, and I have had nothing but bad fortune ever since. Starting to think I might be cursed. Is there any way to uncurse it? Yeah, there is. There's the uncurse artifact. What was the one? It was like the purifying one. I'm gonna look up purify. Nope, I probably went. Ah, shit. What was the fucking name for the thing? You went overtime yesterday and you started 2 days later. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like such a balance, because it's like I'll get another stream out of this, but I'll be kind of half done, and then I'll have to jump onto something else, and that irks me greatly. Small topaz gemstone known as the eye is placed in a strong smelling liquid. Right, so we do have that. We just need to find this is it. There we go. Okay, skedaddle, get out of here. Next up, Lavinia Hawthorne. I've been researching ancient customs, particularly those related to thaumaturgy, and I'm fascinated by the use of objects and rituals. If you're able to get your hands on a gris... Oh, God. We can't just give these things to any fucking random. Ritual of the Broken Path. A gris is heated slowly over the flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual's complete. No matter how hot it gets, the ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixig art. It's common to suffer burns. When done correctly, it should not be painful. So, Broken Path is also mentioned in the Amphizian Talon. Okay. The Amphizian Heart is there. Broken Path has the gris. Must be held in an ungloved hand. The Amphizian Heart? I don't think... Nameless Gods? Nope, that links me back to there. Amphizian Heart takes me back there. So it's these two things. The Talon draw blood. Hands on a gris. The Wixig art is common to suffer burns. I do wonder, right, black substance, it's heated up, it is fire, and that's paralysis. I think it's used ceremonially, and this looks like a little fucked up object, so I'm going to chuck that in. Nice. The item has soot on its lower half, which suggests it's been held over a flame. Nice. Lunima, also called a moon pool or heart of tranquility, harnesses the power of the elements to create an aura of unease. I think we've got one of those. They can be used to keep people away from places that are not welcome. Superstition among thaumaturgies that says that Lunima should not be used when the moon is full. Great. Leopold Maurice. There's been a basilisk sighting in the hills across the river. I won't say I'm a brave man, but I have a duty to protect my livestock and village. Better me than a younger man with his life ahead of him. I've come to prepare my sword. We got a thing here. There is a we got one this stream. Was it this? No, it wasn't. It was... Was it folium? Yeah, that was it. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of the Prior. Drear huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out a basilisk. We check the basilisk. There is also the siren ward, made from basilisk scales. It doesn't really fucking... yeah. Doesn't get me down there. Folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times. I mean, it sounds like it's a fucking sharpener. Like, anything that looks like it would sharpen a blade to pierce the hide of a basilisk. Gives me goosebumps. Somewhat cool. Doesn't look like a fucking folium, does it? That's it. That's the fucking crisscross grooves. The fucking... There we go. Started. Francesca Robertson. They've escaped. At first my patience grew agitated when I used the Gaudian siren, but then I had a breakthrough. Vivian Cartwright woke up, she seemed lucid, calm even, made a stupid mistake and loosened her restraints. For God's sake, Francesca! Don't know what happened, whether the siren stopped working, or if perhaps it never worked and she tricked me. Almost immediately she changed back and turned violent. Before I knew it, she'd managed to free the others. We tried to stop them, they fought their way out the hospital. I have no idea where they're gone. Great. Excellent work. Almost imperceptibly, the casket began to absorb the crepuscular power that leached into the stone in the earth of his lightless tomb. Right, we'll draw this, which is a gravestone? Oh, okay. I mean... we're looking to marry that up, right? Uh-huh. Maybe that's only half of it. Yeah, I'll wrap up now. I was just hoping to try and get the card, but now it looks like I have made a mistake. I mean, that is correct, and it is half moon, which means it might be in the catacombs. If there's definitely, there's moon symbols. There's a half moon here. But is that, sorry, one sec, is that the correct half moon? So it's black and white. That's black and white, so I think it's this boy. There we go. The air is stifling and the darkness and the claustrophobia of the tunnels almost overwhelms me, but I press on and remind myself there are few who venture down here, which means the chances of an interesting find are higher. It doesn't take long for my search to bear fruit. Right. We have a funky dagger pendant. To be honest, that looks pretty cool. Right, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up there. And what I think, if this is something that you all gently and politely agree to, I will look to finish this tomorrow. And I'll use tomorrow, rather than waiting a full week for like the end of Strange Antiquities, I'll wrap it up in the first half of the stream tomorrow, and then we can jump into something else. How does that sound? Alright?